This is just a very short little studio study to talk about using values and specifically using values across the spectrum of the value scale. And this is a little unusual. This is an older video, but it's a video where I talk about starting with darker values, and then what do you do if you get stuck with a bunch of darker values? How to add in lighter values to create a painting that is interesting to the eye. It's not necessarily to create a painting, it's more to talk about how to add in values from the different parts of the value scale so that you have a cohesive painting. All right, so let's take this red painting and let's create a painting with some of these different values. I'm going to squirt this down so I can have it a little more easy to spread the paint. Let me start with that bright red value. This is actually cadmium red hue right out of the tube. This is Winsor & Newton. When it gets older, it gets kind of sticky. So let me bring in, don't need to clean my brush totally. Let me bring in some of that darker red. In fact, I'm going to use some of the black on there with some of the red to blend in. Gotta get my fingers in there. Now, let me bring in some of the blue. With the red. And so you're just building up layers, but you're doing it with, there's different hues. I mean, not hues. I don't want to keep saying hues. Different values involved in here. So let's let this dry so you can understand what I'm going to do on top of it. Okay, so now that this has dried, you can see that out of the different values of red, so it's using red and then adding in some of the blues and even some black, this little tiny painting has got many, many values. So the values don't need to be like stark values. For instance, this one, and even though this is a painting that is rough, I think I'm going to try to see if I can create something out of this. I did this mainly just to show you how to do values using blue and bringing in some other colors like red, yellows, different colors to bring in values that are darker without just using black. But let's see what we can do with the painting to maybe have it end up being something that we may want to frame. But this one here it's just kind of a fun little painting. So let's just see what we can do just to finish it up. I mean, if this was on like a larger canvas, it might be kind of fun. So let's just see. We want to add maybe in, you know, try to bring in some markings that I enjoy. So, of course, I love black. Let's just add a little black line there. Maybe using some of the colors I already have out and have been using to bring in, I'm going to take some of the yellow I had, maybe put a dot of a darker, some of this dark blue. So I have like a yellow. Let's see if I can bring this into the picture. It's kind of like a green. Let's see. I may want to add I don't know. Here's some orange I had. Let's see if the orange is still alive here. I had some orange from this other palette I'm going to bring in. So that's kind of like, I didn't want bright yellow, but let's just add that. That's, whoop, there we go. That's just going to go right there where it decided to plop itself. Sometimes you have what they call those happy accidents. So that's kind of like a different variety of yellows that plopped itself down. Let's see. I'm loving that color, so I might just add a little bit over here. And you know what? While I have that out, let me see if we can work on both of these here. So that color is really a beautiful color. Maybe do some writing. Kind of like that. Okay, so let's bring this back. What else do we want to do here? Add. I'm using the same size paintbrush. I have some white down here. Let's use some kind of like a creamy white. No, let's do a little bit of that. I'm just having fun here. I'm still pulling some of the colors off of there. The background here, the values are so dark that adding, bringing it up a little bit, some lighter values, is just nothing but fun at this particular point. I liked having that dark. I like that over that. Maybe another black down here. Let's see. I have some. Let's see. I'm going to take some of the red and add some of the white to it that we have here. Kind of make a pink. So bringing this down a little bit more. I have some of this blue left here. So this is just using colors that I have left on my palette. Let's see. Move this up. I'm loving this green here. So let's mix that green That's kind of a really unusual looking blue. I think I'd like to still lighten that up. It's kind of a green. What I may do still add some more blue here. I don't know if you can see me mixing this in. This is that blue that kind of got hardened in the tube. So I'm really having fun just basically, let me move this up a little bit more, mixing some of these colors. Do I get something that I might like? Let's see. I think I'm going to bring in another color. I'm bringing in some cobalt teal here. Yeah, I'm liking that. Yeah, that's a pretty color. So let's just add that in. So basically it's a mix of a bunch of colors based off of keeping the background with a bunch of values, the lights and darks, and then adding a light value on top. So I hope this made sense to you. Let's just do some of my markings, my words. So what this basically is, and I'm enjoying the painting. It's an unusual painting, but we took the values again of the red and then we darkened it. So I made the values, started with a dark background and just added some colors to the top, some lighter colors. So the eye does have place to go. Let's add another couple black spots over here. I don't normally paint like this, but I thought it was kind of fun to bring in some concepts of, let's bring that off on the edge, of the values being dark in the background and some light colors on the top. So this is like the lightest light. Over here is like kind of like a focal point here. Here's just a fun area. Let's do some more markings. This is how I normally do my paintings. So as a recap, this was just a shorter video, and it's an older video that is talking about when you paint, how to ensure that you're using values that encompass the lighter values and the darker values, and not just keeping your values in the center. And I also want to incorporate using this particular painting because it's a very dark painting, but by adding the lighter values in and ensuring that you have a little bit within the whole value scale, whether this is a black and white painting, a blue painting, and for instance red, which is to me more difficult to paint within, to show you by adding lighter values you can create a really attractive, pretty painting. And here's just an example if you were to take this and paint larger. It didn't have to be a smaller painting. And even though this is very unusual marks, it's a fun painting, but to understand the concept of ensuring that you have values from both ends of the value scale and not just in the center.